Morning traders, this is the DAX Daily Review. Now, we had a lot of indecision over the last couple of days. Then we had this great bar which broke through the previous highs, and then we've ended up with an inside bar on the daily. Now, this setup here is a little bit concerning, so I'll explain that to you now on the 4-hour. Okay, it's going to be a better... it's too messy. Let's just do it on the daily. Okay, so you can see all this indecision here. So lots of barbed wire, in other words. Tails to the downside, tails to the upside. Looks like barbed wire. That's indecision. Not normally something you want to trade. You don't want to try to get into this because there's no direction. Okay, but what's happened is we've kind of had this level here that we couldn't get through. Okay, so we rallied. Not a very big rally, but if you take this whole rally here, it probably gives you a picture. But if you look at the volatility, it doesn't really make sense. But the theory is as follows. You've got this strong rally to a level. Okay, this level here is pretty much, you can see it's around the weekly 200 EMA. Okay, so that's pretty much what the level was, or still is. Now you can see how we battled, and then eventually an exhaustion bar that stepped to it. So it's kind of a rally, and then you sort of go into a little bit of a weird channel thing, and then you break out of the channel with a massive bar, which is normally an exhaustion bar, straight up to tag the level that you've been trying to get to for the last couple of days. And that's where the profit taking happens, and that's pretty much what's happened here. Okay, so let's get down to 4-hour, and as I said, 4 hours very messy. We had this nice rally on what's today, Thursday, so Tuesday we had this lovely rally, and then we ended up with this inside bar gap down on the daily, and then we've run down, and we are sort of flirting with this previous break here. So yesterday I said this is a good area to look for a long, and today I'd say ignore that advice. If you did take a long here, get out of it now, even if you're taking a loss, because by the looks of things we are going to move to tag the next level. So I would think that this previous swing high here is probably the next area. Okay, and what we'll do now quickly is we'll look at it on the hour, or maybe even, I suppose the hour is good enough. So there's my move. I want to see a second move down, and look at that, it ties up pretty much with this level here. Okay, so if we look at the 30 minutes, that's probably going to give you a better picture. We are below the alligator at the moment, testing. Okay, and yeah, so for as long as we're staying below the alligator, trend is down, but for me the alligator is actually sleeping. We're sitting inside the alligator, so there is no real trade here. Let's just get rid of that. Let's start putting that in place. That is our level that we are picking on at the moment, and as usual I can't really see what's going on. So normally what happens is when we are picking a level that doesn't align with a bigger time frame, then what's happening is the traders are picking up the levels off a lower time frame, and that lower time frame could be a minute or 3 minutes. It could be a very small low time frame. It's very difficult to see, but it's normally 1 or 2 institutions, or maybe even 3 and 4 big institutions, which have decided that there's a critical level that they want to defend, and they're defending that level. And this is pretty much what you can see here that happened the whole of yesterday. So if you did get in for this long, and your stop should be around here at this stage, for me personally it doesn't look like it's going to play out. Okay, so this is really a tough one, I think. Again, this is looking like another day of just keep my money safe and stay out of this. This is a range, so the logical thing to do would be to take a break below this this level here, and this level here is 11,300 or 11,304, and to the upside we're talking about 11,345. So a break up above 11,345, I would expect us to revisit the previous highs. Remember, we've got a weekly 200 EMA in there, and that's kind of the height of this range, and a break below this is going to bring this 11,260 into play. Okay, so just looking at the bigger picture, 4 hours, a bit of a mess, isn't it? So, yeah, even the daily is a bit of a mess. Yeah, sorry guys, I think my view today is quite simple. I'm staying far away from the DAX. There's nothing here that's remotely starting to even encourage me to look for a trade. If you want to sit and trade the range all day, yeah, that's probably another method to do it. But if you see I'm down to the 12 minute, and if I take it to the 5 minute, you'll probably see a little bit more structure in the 5 minutes. Okay, but the real issue here is that you've only got a 40-point range. Okay, so that's kind of my view at the moment. We're going to need to break through this range, but I would be interested in a long at 11,260. I think that's purely because it is this previous swing high here. Okay, and what I'm also bargaining on is that this move here needs a second move. So let's just get the Fibonacci on that. So there's two ways of doing this. So this is the bigger move. So 50% takes us just below that level, but if I take it conservatively from this last fractional, you'll see 61.8 lines up perfectly with the level I'm looking at. Okay, and the only challenge with this is that your stops are going to have to be pretty much below this level here. So stops are going to have to be below 11,177, and that's probably going to be a 60 or 70 point, almost 100 point stop loss. Okay, so that's my view for now. What I'm anticipating is a retracement and then entry long, and then probably another attack at this level. And if we do get through this 11,390, then we have a potential second move to play out, which is something like this. Okay, which would give me a target of 11,474. If I just move to the other side, that's gap close. Okay, so I think that's kind of the view that I have at the moment. This is retracement, want this retracement to finish, and also looking for this potential second move here to play out, and that also lines up with this level. Okay, so long 11,260, that's what I'm looking for. It's a 100-point stop loss, so what I may do is just, if I'm going to trade this, if I've got time, watch the 5 minutes or 6 minutes just to check where we have price action. As soon as I have confirmation on the price action, get in long and keep the stop really tight below that entry, anticipating a potential break above here. But as soon as this is moving, I'll move stop to entry, because I am worried about this area of 11,390 because of the 200 weekly EMA here. Okay, so that's kind of my view. Looking for the second move, want this retracement to move down to a level, which this is my level here, and it's long at 11,260. Anyway, guys, I hope that helps, and stay safe. Keep your stop really, really tight on this thing today. Don't trust what I see, and hopefully make a few bob out of it. But anyway, keep safe, and I'll catch you later. Enjoy the day. Cheers for now.